I was questioning you last time, if you remember,
Um,
about when do you decide something is like, you know that that's you know that that's true, or you don't, or you kind of agnostic about it, right? You remember?
oh, yeah, now I remember, but I didn't think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Neither did I. I'm just remember because that was our last, say, pain point.
If you claim to know something, right, is there any chance that you can be wrong?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so and the same goes for the belief also. You cannot claim that every belief that you're holding must be true. It's not right.
Right, but at some point we draw the line, right? We don't usually
Hmm.
go about life just doubting everything because not doubting everything. I think that's not what I meant. Just thinking so deeply about it, right? So if you get a bus, you know it's going to, say, London, downtown, right? You could be wrong about that, but you don't really act like that. We don't really act like that, and that's where we agree and disagree. No, that's the place where we should agree at least.
Yeah, but that boundary can be a little bit loose, so maybe it can be hard to put the line, or maybe it can be different from person to another person. Yesterday or the day before, there was a guy who claimed to know that I'm from India. He said, "No, I don't
Hmm.
believe it. I know that you're from India." So, and that's definitely wrong. But some people can
Right,
put the bar in a very weird places.
right. But you're just talking about our limitations, and we know we have them, right? Most of us, at least, acknowledge we have them. But it's like this, right? You and I, we decide to go to a place, right? And I know you're not gonna kill me, and you know I'm not gonna kill you. Could it happen that you kill me or I kill you? We are, psychopaths undercover trying to eliminate the opposition. It could happen, right? But we agree that it will not happen. We act upon this certainty, right? That it will not happen. Otherwise, we wouldn't really do it. Or we really think that there is such a small probability that, it's not relevant, doesn't even scare you.
Okay, I kind of didn't get exactly what you mean.
I mean, like, the way we act is you and I agree that we know something and we do it. We move towards that, right? We say like, oh, let's go there. We go there because we know there will be something there. I'm saying like in the realm of like possibilities, there could be a possibility that we shouldn't go there, right? But we don't act upon that, right? So our conversations should have the foundation on this, should be based on this, right? On the place that I know and you know and we agree. Because, yeah, I agree. We all have like limitations, but
Uh,
that doesn't get us nowhere.
yeah, we have limitations, but also I think we kind of have different kind of levels to accept or to claim to know things.
We have different levels. Like, you mean like us or
Like when it
individually?
comes to claim to know things, sure, there are things that we are on the same page. For example, if I ask you the question, do you know that the sun will rise in the east tomorrow? So we wouldn't have any kind of disagreement, right?
But a little bit. Maybe I would phrase it different because you're talking about an event in the future, and we all
Mhm.
know that the future is uncertain to a point, right? But if you ask about a present fact, like
Okay,
I
do
am a
you
human,
know
I'm not
that?
an AI.
So you know that the moon exists.
Right? Yes,
I
exactly.
also know that it exists.
And we agree on
S-
that, right? So we're not disagreeing here. We will live our lives as the moon exists. Now, the way I get to say, okay, I know this and I don't know this, there must be a thinking, right? A process. How do I get to that conclusion? Like I know or I don't, and that's what I was trying to, establish with you
No, we
about
can
you.
do it if you want. So that was a clear example, but let's go the opposite way in the first place. So I can claim that we can even be skeptic about the existence of the moon.
Right.
I can say the moon that we see indeed is not uh, a satellite of the Earth. It's just a hologram created by very intelligent aliens, and it's there for a long time. Like when humans existed, it was there, and that's why we think that there is this, rocky object in the sky. But maybe that's not the case. Or maybe it's not even a hologram. They just send signals to our brains. And we kind of, every time we look at the sky, we just see it as if it's there. Maybe it's not there. Sure, I mean, such a claim could be, easily debunked because moon has a lot of effects on this planet, right? But imagine such a thing like, let's suppose it's an object, right? For example, pyramids, let's say. Maybe they don't exist. Like the way that we think, maybe it's just, signals that sent by those aliens. You see,
Mm.
like, then, okay, I don't know if aliens exist or not. I, even if I don't believe that they exist, that doesn't mean they don't exist. If they exist, if they have such a technology, then, maybe that's possible. I don't know. But we claim to know that pyramids are just, rocks that exist on this planet.
Look, when you were talking about the moon, let's use the moon as
Oh,
an example.
uh, it's debunkable easily. That's why I changed the example.
It could be the pyramid too, because
Okay.
I think it's important to just to make things clear, right? What is the difference of what is something ontological and what is something epistemological, right? So when you say the moon exists or the pyramid exists, you're talking about the existence of that, but you're not talking about what that is made of. That would be more like epistemological, right?
Yeah, we
So
could go in there.
yeah,
I mean, doesn't matter
correct.
what it is exactly. It exists in a way. Okay.
There is something that you and I perceive, and we call it a name, and we agree that that thing is there. Now, we can also agree what the thing is made of. Made of cheese, made of, minerals and earth. Um, but that's another point. So, the main point here issue is like you're an agnostic atheist, and I am a Muslim, right? I believe in God, and I believe God communicate with humans, and there is even like a revelation for us, direct communication. Now, when it comes to God, you're not atheist, you're agnostic, right?
I'm both when it comes to God.
Look, do you know I exist, or you don't know
I
I
know you
exist?
exist.
You know.
Yep.
Do you know God exists, or you don't know God exists?
I don't know God exists.
Now that's agnosticism, right?
Yeah,
Where is the atheist part here?
yeah, belief. I don't believe a God exists. I'm not holding such a belief. So you believe a God exists, but I don't believe a God exists.
So if you don't know God exists, that's agnosticism, but you also don't believe a God exists. That's atheism.
Yeah.
Why would you just go this further step if you already establish yourself as a agnostic? Why would you kind of make your agnosticism maybe less clear and just take a step and say like, I don't know if God exists, but I don't believe God exists? It seems to be like a weak statement.
What do you mean weak statement? That's my position. So, like, am I
It's
holding
like
a belief that a God exists? You know the answer, right?
it's like me saying I don't know. I don't know. The door is open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, actually it makes sense. Sorry. I don't know that the door is open, but I think it's open. Something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Right. Uh
Do you know that there is a serial killer at your doorstep?
I have cats if they count.
No.
Well, they're serial killers, man. They kill
Yeah, well,
a bunch of smaller creatures.
at your
I'm
doors.
kidding. No, yeah, I
You
don't
don't
know.
know. But do you believe at this moment, are you holding a belief that a serial killer is waiting at your door?
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah,
there is an
you're not
atheist. I don't
holding
believe.
such a belief. So you see, so you may not know things, and at the same time, you may not believe in those things.
Mm-mm-mm.
Any problem?
No, no problem. Yeah, it makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, when
Right.
it comes to hard atheism, they believe that a God doesn't exist. They believe that there is no God. So this is hard atheism, and they kind of have to present evidence for their position because it's not lack of a belief; it's the belief. They're holding a belief. They believe that there is no God.